I never thought marriage could start feeling like someone else's home. For years, I believed Emily and I were solid. We met in college, built a life brick by brick, promising loyalty in a world determined to test us. We weren't perfect, no couple ever is, but we laughed more than we argued. And for a long time, that felt like enough. Then the ship began, quiet and almost imperceptible, until it wasn't. First came her late nights at work, then weekend trips with friends I'd never met. She became distant in ways too subtle to name. Her smile thinned, her touch grew rare, her laughter hollow. I kept telling myself it was stress or just a phase. That's the cruel thing about love. It makes you rationalize the cracks until the whole wall collapses. The breaking point came on a regular Wednesday evening. I was at the kitchen counter scrolling through emails when Emily walked in. She didn't look nervous. In fact, she seemed oddly composed, as though she had rehearsed every word for weeks. "I need to tell you something," she said, placing her phone down like it were evidence. I looked up, bracing for something minor, a job change, maybe a solo trip. What came next destroyed the illusions I had left. "I'm going away for the weekend," she said. Her voice was calm, too calm. "With Ryan, her ex, the one she had sworn was a closed chapter, a mistake she would never revisit." My blood ran cold, but outwardly I stayed composed. She studied me, waiting for the explosion she must have expected. But anger never came. Instead, silence stretched between us. The refrigerator hummed, the clock ticked, and my heartbeat found an almost unnatural calm. "Why?" I finally asked, my voice steady, almost gentle. She blinked, perhaps caught off guard by my composure. "Because I need clarity," she said, arms crossed like a shield. "I need to know if what I feel with him is still real or just nostalgia." It was a knife twist, not just a betrayal, but the audacity of her reasoning. She wanted permission to reopen an old wound, to test her past while keeping me as a safety net. I should have yelled, demanded answers, cried, anything. But instead, I stood taller, breathing slower. There's a strange power in calm when chaos is expected. I met her eyes and said 2 words. Simple, final, impossible to misinterpret. "Do it." Her lips parted slightly. "What?" "Do it." I repeated, firmer. Not approval, not support. Just cold acceptance that cut deeper than any argument. She wanted a fight, a plea, a scene to justify her decision. I gave her nothing. Only those 2 words, delivered in a stillness she couldn't crack. The rest of the night blurred. She tried to provoke me, tossing accusations like bait. "You don't even care, do you? You're not even fighting for me." I stayed quiet. I cleaned dishes. I answered emails. My calm wasn't fake, it was clarity. The woman in front of me wasn't the Emily I married. Later, as she packed, I sat in the living room staring at our family photos. Wedding smiles framed in glass, now ghostly. I thought of the years we built together, the trust, the sacrifices, and in that moment, it was all disposable to her, a placeholder until Ryan could fill the void. Yet those 2 words had shifted everything. Not for her, but for me. Do it wasn't surrender. It was strategy. The weekend arrived quickly. Emily packed openly, almost defiantly, every zipper sounding like a warning bell. I watched from the doorway, unreadable. "You're really not going to say anything?" she snapped, folding clothes with unnecessary force. "I already did," I said calmly. Those 2 words had already carved a canyon between us. She wanted chaos, wanted a scene to justify her choice. Instead, she got silence, the one thing she couldn't fight. When she finally left, suitcase in hand, I didn't chase her. I didn't call. I let the absence speak. That first night alone, I sat in the living room with a glass of whiskey, replaying our marriage like a film. The laughter, the trips, the quiet mornings, then the distance, the excuses, the lies. Somewhere along the way, love had turned to duty, and duty into resentment. By the second day, clarity grew. I cleaned the house, boxed her photos, and placed them in the garage, not out of spite, but purpose. She had chosen her test. I was choosing mine. On the third night, she came home. The door unlocked, steps hesitant. Her face said it all, tired, drained, like someone chasing treasure and finding dust. "Ryan isn't who I thought he was," she said low, almost ashamed. "I made a mistake." I stayed in the armchair, still. "That happens," I said. She blinked, surprised by my neutrality. "No, Emily, that's not all," I said, setting down my glass. For the first time in years, I had her full attention. "I told you to do it," I said slowly, "because I wanted you to see what I've known for months, that you don't respect this marriage, that you don't respect me. And once respect is gone, love doesn't survive." She opened her mouth to argue, but no words came. My calm disarmed her in a way shouting never could. "You left," I continued. "Your choice. And while you were gone, I realized I don't need to wait for you to move on. My life doesn't end because you wanted to play with your past." Her eyes filled with tears, but I didn't soften. "I'm filing for divorce tomorrow. I've already spoken to an attorney." The words landed like a verdict. She staggered back as if I'd struck her. "You can't be serious." "I am," I said evenly, deliberately. "You wanted clarity. So, did I. And now I have it." For the first time, Emily was left in silence. She had gambled on my weakness, expecting a fight to keep her. Instead, I gave her nothing. And that nothing was stronger than any argument I could have made. She left in tears, and I didn't follow. I let her live with her choices, with the weight of the calm 2 words that unraveled her safety net. In the days after, I moved forward. Dinner with friends, gym, work. Every step a reminder that freedom doesn't always arrive with fire. Sometimes it arrives with a whisper. When people ask how my marriage ended, I don't tell them a long story. I say the truth. My wife said she was going away with her ex. And with 2 calm words, I let her. The rest took care of itself.